Welcome to Media Pod Smash. I'm back, and I know it's been a long time, so I think we should probably just jump right into it and get into the big announcements, which involves just doing one thing. This is totally not a joke I've ever done before, so here we go. Okay. Good evening, friends. I hope this shtick isn't getting too old because I've got 31 more days of Halloween content coming your way starting October 1st. Yeah, all right. Now we can get back into the normal announcements without the funny costumes. So, in other news, I'm going to be appearing soon on the Wrap It Up podcast, which maybe you'd be familiar with because Nicholas from Pop Culture Roulette was on an episode back in 2021. And this is a great podcast. These guys are awesome. They're really funny, and they ask great interview questions. So I'm really excited to go on there. We're going to talk about Unfrosted and Jerry Seinfeld, and hopefully I'll get to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of Media Pod Smash as well, and maybe some other pop culture-ish shit. So look out for that soon. I'll be sure to announce it. And other stuff, we just got some video projects that are always constantly being worked on, aside from the Halloween stuff. Like, for instance, this Nintendo here, we're going to be making a deep dive video on this. And yeah, shortly. I have all the footage and I'm just putting it together. So that'll come out soon. And Season 2 of Mysteries from Beyond will be coming out very soon. We're going to shoot some stuff over summer, and we've got a lot of ideas planned. I know for one episode, we want to kind of just go back to our roots, I guess, so to speak, and do something sort of just more grounded in reality, but it'll still end with a zany thing. And then we have a lot of other crazy ideas, to reference movies, and I'd love to do another slasher thing. I just really enjoy those kind of things. So yeah, look out for all those things and more very soon here on Media Pod Smash. And if you just happen to stumble upon this video, please be sure to like and subscribe because I really could use your help. For God's sakes, people. We're so close to 500, and then you can do some cool stuff, and then at one point you can, get some more stuff. So let's make it happen. All right, let's now get into the meat of the show. So basically what I'm going to do is just talk about past college as a build-up to my upcoming essay, which is going to talk about my recent college experiences. And I think it's a good way to kind of bridge some of the gaps. And I don't think there was really too many episodes in the past where I've talked about this. And plus, now that we're in season 4 and we've got multimedia, it's going to be a whole new experience because I can share photos, and we're going to do something really special later, and we're actually going to do a watch along of one of the college films that we did. It's a little short horror movie that I shot with Derek. Derek and I wrote and directed it. So we'll do a watch along of that after I tell you some tales. And then later on, we'll do some other fun stuff. But right now, let's really just dive in. And it started out in the year 2009. I graduated. I was an ambitious kid with a lot of ideas, and I was going to make this movie called Small Town Zombie Folk. I remember writing it back throughout a lot of study halls in senior year, and then trying to polish it off throughout the summer and then kind of into college. And then I thought I'm going to get into school, I'm going to make these connections, and I'm just going to launch right into making this film. And it was kind of crazy. Like, not that like it's unbelievable, like, because plenty of people have done it, and that's really what inspired me. Because I learned of people like Kevin Smith and people that he was inspired by, and all sorts of other indie filmmakers that just kind of came up from just doing shit like shoestring budgets and having a passion and an idea. So I wasn't like crazy to think, but like I was a very starry-eyed person, and I was very lazy too back in the day. But really, this is kind of unimportant. Really, the point is, like, it was cool because there was this whole like energy going into college, like where I had like a plan, and I didn't think I was gonna, like, back in the day, like my mindset was like, I am gonna make this movie, nothing is gonna stop me, which is awesome. But it is like, dude, like, think a little, plan a little, like a little more like a little less like rah, a little more like, let's hit the books. But anyways, so like I said, it was 2009 when I graduated. And so throughout the summer, I finished the script for the film, and I applied for school, which I wanted to stay close at first. My plan was to transfer later. I was going to do 2 years and then transfer to a big university and then, like, hit the big leagues. And it was a good idea. I mean, it saved money and commuting was cool, but I do think at some points I missed out on like the whole like college experience. Although I did do a lot of like parties at friends' colleges, so I kind of made up for it. So anyways, again, it was really kind of a fun summer. I had a lot of hopes and dreams, and I was anxious for school, but I wasn't super nervous. Although I do remember on the first day, like trying to drive to orientation, I kind of did have like a bit of like an anxiety attack because I was like, whoa, this is kind of a drive. And like, I'm like, what are we doing? Which I remember now, that's an interesting question because I'm going to ask myself that a lot in the next upcoming years and throughout this essay too. It just doesn't stop. I'm going to keep asking myself, what am I doing? And I finally, so let's just jump to the fall and school finally beginning. And I really didn't have like a huge idea of what I was going to do. I was really just kind of going to get my gen eds, and I wanted to be a filmmaker. I mean, really, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be some kind of creative person, and I wanted to get into the film industry. But like I said, back in those days, I was kind of like I wasn't very driven, I guess. And I would later go on to start really drinking a lot. And so that really clouded things up. And so that was my plan, though. I was going to get the gen eds and then do the filmmaking thing. And so I had this movie, too, and I was going to do the networking, and it was great. So the first couple weeks in college, I was just kind of scoping things out, feeling things out. It was really cool. It was kind of just like a bigger high school. I mean, it was very small university, but I liked it that way. And the class sizes were small. And so for first year, like I said, like everyone's really experiences are gen eds. So you try to make it the least painful as possible. So I take some stuff that I was interested in, and they did have this cool thing going on at the time when I was going at the university where they did a lot of different tie-ins to pop culture. And so you could take this block of different classes that were all connected and all counted for different credits, but they all had like a pop culture theme to make the topics maybe that some people would think are bland, not so bland. And that was awesome, actually. That helped a lot. So within those first couple of weeks, I went around and looked at what the clubs were because they were having one of those big festivals, like a welcome everybody, and all the advisors were hanging out at their booths. And I was really only interested in one thing, and that was film club. And so that's where I met Damon and Derek right away, and they became, friends still to this day, and they appear on a lot of shit here, which is awesome. And we collaborate on a lot of projects. And so I ended up joining the film club and really hitting it off with them right away. And it was really exciting because we were actually going to be able to collaborate and make a film. And that was kind of my first impression of what the film club was going to be. I mean, it seemed like a big group of film nerds that will make a lot of pop culture references, and then we were at the end of the day going to learn about a lot of stuff and make a film. So that sounded great to me. And then as it kind of evolved, we would end up doing a film festival. This is kind of, we covered this actually in the last episode of Media Pod Smash with Damon. But we were approached by two guys two Milwaukee filmmakers that were running a film fest. And so they kind of gave us a lot of advice and insight, and they helped us sort of construct and build a blueprint for what would become our own film fest, the Field Film Fest. And they also helped us, with a lot of different projects and stuff around the fest, or the club rather. So the festival was an interesting kind of curveball because we didn't expect that we were going to do something like that, especially, just being sort of full schedule loaded college students with a lot going on. We didn't really know if that was going to be something we could pull off, but we did have an awesome team. There was a lot of people, and Damon is an excellent leader. I learned so much from that dude. Still do. It's crazy. And right now we're probably showing a lot of great highlights and photos from that festival. It actually went on. There was, I think, 3 consecutive, or 4 maybe, and one of them ended up moving to a different location, but there was a lot of great films that turned out, and it was always packed full of people. It was so cool to, at the end of the day, to see your films on the big screen and see people react to it, even if sometimes it was kind of not the reaction you were always looking for, but that's the life. And it's awesome. It was a cool feeling, and that's how I kind of confirmed that this is something that is really special to me and something that I will definitely want to keep pursuing. So film festival happened. It was awesome, but academic side of things was really starting to slip as we got into sort of the end of the year and into the new year. We were planning our next one, and we had made a film actually. So before we get into the next year, we'll talk about the film that we made for the first year and the film that debuted at the film club for the first year. And I thought it would be fun to actually do a watch along of this film. And it's kind of short, and I only will interrupt at the the quiet parts. I'll only interrupt the quiet parts. And so it's going to be kind of I don't really know what it's going to be like for everybody. For me, it'll be very special to watch. I haven't watched it in a while. This is over 10 years ago now. I can't wait to show you the opening. It's it's yours truly making 2 plants go at it, and that's the only preview I'm going to give you. And also, I'll say there's a murderer. It's a little slashery. There's some great actors in it, and I just can't wait to show you. Let's just watch it right now. This is probably the debut, I think, on this channel at least, or anywhere maybe, of Seeking Vision. made back in college by Derek and myself. And we'll do a live commentary along with it. So let's go.
Oh, right. Sorry, baby. Get on over here right now. It's time for some hot plant loving.
So that was definitely my acting debut for college there. Really happy about that.
Yeah, that's right. It's time to get down and dirty. All right.
As you can see, I'm very passionate about those plants.
Yeah,
I don't even see
You're so
it
light on
coming.
your feet. Thank you.
I do think there's some cool stuff in this. So I really do. I'm really happy that we did
No, that's
this.
what I said to you. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I'm not in this for long because I'm going to judge myself throughout this whole thing. The hair, the style. Oh, and there he goes. Seeking vision, baby. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we got Demon's buddy to score this for us. At least some parts of it. But I might be thinking of a different film. So this is the actual greenhouse from the university. All this is shot in the university.
Now, boys, I know
So
what you may have heard, but college really isn't that bad.
There's Damon. Now Derek is in the front of the line. And then Linda,
freak.
Corbin. The girl next to Linda is Caitlin, who I was actually was a girlfriend at the time. And then this is Tom, and I think his name was Dylan.
It's time to step up to the plate. What's he talking about?
Corbin is supposed to be, you know,
Sports
sort of
analogies. It's life.
the bully.
Football. Keep a slice up, day, baby. Peace.
There's some equipment back there.
Let's get the hell out of here.
This was
Glad
shot.
you decided to change your mind. You know, you and I could solve a murder.
Whew. That's the spirit, brother. Let's go solve this thing.
Whoa, easy, Sherlock. We need to come up with a solid plan of action.
Yeah, where are we fucking?
Whoa. Let's think this one through a little bit and come up with one that's a little bit more solid.
Yeah, where are we? Fuck.
You know what? How about no plan right now? Let's just go to the greenhouse.
Okay, Debbie Downer.
So off to your right, you'll notice a unique bit of our collegeness we have on campus here. And well, we got...
Oh my gosh, you are like effing crazy. I need some personal space. I need to get out.
Shut up, broad.
What's up, her butt?
So this is
right here is Southview, and it's, you know, it's really great.
this is all kind of the
What is this
same.
major
I mean, not that I
malfunction?
would expect
Shut
it.
up, broad. Tour guide rules.
Oh my gosh,
What
that's
was
a terrible.
that?
That's a terrible thing
Hey
to
girl,
call
oh my
somebody.
gosh, did you hear my new shoes
Um,
from?
I think we could have gotten like one more take on that, but she met her demise. And we went to a lot of places that we probably, looking back, like we probably shouldn't have.
Look down at this blood pool. What do you think went down?
We
in
didn't
here?
get quite
Maybe it was an
the
injured puma
clearance
fish.
that we always needed
Okay,
for
now
stuff.
you're just combining animals. Let's get serious. Besides, what kind of animal would scream like a girl and bleed a quart?
So you'll see it later on. There
What
is
do
a
you think
one
it is?
particular area that like we really didn't
I don't know,
get
maybe a
clearance
murder,
that we
you
should have.
idiot?
Oh my god, somebody murdered an
It's kind of
animal.
bad, but that's okay.
Come on, man, we gotta go report this to student services.
Cool, I can sign up for classes. You can
Oh,
kill
jeez.
2 birds with 1 stone.
You're adult.
You're adult. Man, are you sure this is student services?
No, Jake, they just put it above the door to screw with us. Of course I'm sure.
Anyways, did you happen to catch that competitive ping pong tournament last night on ESPN 6?
Shut up. Quit your babbling. There's a freaking hand over the counter.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is over the course of, I think, 3 weekends. I think we met.
Larry, you must complete my unfinished business to free me. Larry.
There was a lot of bizarre humor in this. I mean,
Dude,
what can you expect? We were just starting.
Me? You're the one fooling around with the dead body.
Hey, I'm just trying to
Derek is,
That's
I
how you
mean, what
lighten
an
things up.
evolution
You're a
for
joke,
that guy,
That
man.
body could be infected. You could have H1N1
He's
right
going
now.
so
No way,
far.
man. I just got my
What-
vaccine
I'm so
this
proud of
morning.
that guy.
It's not just media hype. Oh, wait, it probably is.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Puh.
What the H sound? Boom. Let's go.
They did have, there's, like, I could believe they were friends. This was a lot of fun. This was definitely a lot of fun.
What the hell?
Corbin
Dude,
was,
it's a blood
he's
footprint.
so funny.
Hey, look over there. The killer must be in there.
How do you know that?
There's bloody footprints leading towards the door.
It's fresh.
Gross.
I don't even know what we used for those. I'm sure it was just fake blood. Like the kind you get like at a Halloween store.
This could be anybody's bloody footprints going to the door.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let's not jump in anything we're not sure of yet.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's a dead body in student services. I think we're pretty sure of things at this point. Now get ready. Battle stances.
This was a very cool conclusion location. It's awesome that we could have done stuff like this, like lowered it, and we have this big kind of, well, I won't ruin it, but this is neat. I haven't seen this in quite some time. I do remember these were pretty long nights. There was a lot of setup and moving around.
This is really starting to creep me out.
Yeah, if I'm the only one that doesn't make it through this, do not touch my TV.
What the hell's going on, Jake? Shit, run! Teamwork, bitches.
So that guy that got thrown. He was, I think,
Okay,
in
now
film
everyone,
club for a
this is our
while. He was
biggest,
like,
baddest lecture
we
hall.
kept calling him our producer. Really, he would help us out with a lot of the script writing, and
Is our biggest, baddest
we
bullshit.
I'm so cool.
he's awesome. He helped us with a lot of like different things, like behind the scenes, and we made some short films with him too. So that was actually
So everyone,
really
this is our
lot of
big
fun.
lecture hall where we have a big screen and we get to watch movies on it.
Cambodian or something? Football.
The way you talk about sports at the end of each sentence is just so manly.
Thanks, bro. Brewskis.
Just bringing back so many warm memories.
Oh. Damn, son. Blood?
He really took one for the
running
team.
sneaks. Oh.
Boys, why did you leave my stupendous tour?
There was a killer, but we stopped her. But there's a body in student services, and someone may have died in the greenhouse, too. We've got to call the police.
A killer? I had no idea of these events, but it looks like you boys saved the day.
Well, what about those people that died earlier by the killer that we didn't even notice?
Mike, save all your questions for the end of the tour. Damn it! My word, buddy. Quickly.
I love
Full
that.
circle.
I'm a little biased, of course, but I mean, that's probably one of my favorite moments of the scene in
Scooby.
the film.
And Shaggy
Just solve the murder
this was
mystery.
fun too.
Would
This
you
took
and the gang
forever.
follow the footprints down to footprints.
I think Tom, you can
got
still
blood
see
on my
him like
sneaks,
breaking.
man. You're gonna get it. That's
The old hero becomes the killer trick. He got pushed too far, and now we've got another setup for a sequel. But we would never get one, unfortunately. No Seeking Vision 2.
Give me some skin.
We could have gone on like a... They were going to go on a rampage together. And that is Seeking Vision. So there is everybody actually that was in case I missed anyone. And oh yeah, Destiny. And yeah, that was a hell of a time. But yeah, that was his buddy that helped out. So that's it. And I mean, it was really fun to have done that, and we got to premiere that at the Film Fest, and that kind of capped off the first year at school, and I thought, like, maybe this won't be so bad. But, well, we'll hear about what happened. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, I enjoyed watching that for sure. It was very interesting. And actually, now that we have debuted that, I will also be sharing at some point the recut version that I made. Because we had a little contest a couple years ago, and it was to see just who could recut it and like retell the story from the raw Seeking Vision footage. And so, yeah, I'll show you that sometime too. But now back to the college story. It is basically, it's going to be wrapping up very shortly because there was one more successful-ish year. I helped with a film club again, and we made another great film. Actually, both semesters we made a film, I think. And we went on a lot of trips to movies. I made a lot of connections. I made a lot more friends. Mike got involved. Mike got in the picture, so the core 4 became formed. And then, again, like I said, academically, things were slipping. I was definitely partying and drinking more and other substances, and started to just be like, what is going on? Like, this is actually a lot harder than I thought, and like, I hate gen eds, man. I hate school. Like, it's just like, and I don't have the discipline. I never studied really that much in high school, and I just kind of like coasted. So it was kind of a wake-up call, and I was definitely starting to slip. And then by 2012, I think, it was sort of the end, or maybe 2011, I did 2.5 semesters. So by that last end of the semester there, I basically just like walked out before the start of my final, which is like terrible. It's like I didn't even give it a shot, but I was just like, I think this is over. I think this class is done. And like, that's terrible, man. But now things have been much different. All these years later, I kicked my own ass, and I said to myself, let's just finish, man. Let's go back. Like, stop like just sitting here and like looking at these transcripts from days gone by and wondering like, what if? And so in this upcoming essay, I'll talk about all of those college experiences that I had this past year. And there's a lot of interesting stories. So I can't wait to share it. And I hope it's next week. I really do. I'm going to type my ass off. All right. That's it, guys. Look out for a lot of cool shit soon. MediaPod smash off. Let me say that again. MediaPod smash off.